All right, so rest assured, we're going to get to the Bengals here, I promise. But Marcus, how much of the blame lands on Mahomes' shoulders after that one?
A tremendous amount of it. And it's the responsibility of the quarterback, but not only the quarterback, a guy that we see ascending to being great. It's his responsibility to win that type of game. We coming off a game where him and Josh Allen goes toe-to-toe, and if you don't have Patrick Mahomes, you don't win that game. I don't believe any other quarterback would have beat Josh Allen that day. But to see how pedestrian he became in the second half, I'm going to take y'all to the hood real quick because there's 5 of us. I got to be fast, all right? When you hooping in the hood and you playing before all of the OGs get out there, you are dominating.
Yeah.
But then when the OGs get out there, you got to kind of curtail what you're doing on the court to make sure everybody good.
Because you ain't getting the ball.
That's what it looked like in Patrick Mahomes from the first half to the second half. It looked like the OGs showed up and was like, hey, bro, cut all that out. Stop doing all of that. Stop doing all that or you're going to have to fight. And Patrick Mahomes did not respond. And not only to lay that at his feet, we talked about this early in the season. Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid failed the Kansas City Chiefs as well. There was a sign of arrogance. I didn't see them run that team, run the Cincinnati Bengals out of the defense and the coverage that they were playing. I got so much to say, but I got to let my colleagues talk. But this was on Patrick Mahomes more than anything.
Let me see if I can be quick. Listen, a lot of times when you play the Kansas City Chiefs, their offense casts this big shadow, right? And a lot of people don't like to fight in the shade, but the Cincinnati Bengals were cool with that. It's kind of like when Tyson Fury caught that uppercut from Deontay Wilder in the first fight, and then he popped up like The Undertaker. He then knew what the power tasted like, so he wasn't scared of it anymore. And if you watch the second half of the Cincinnati Bengals game, they go man-to-man instead of zone on their 3-man rushes. And they weren't afraid of the Kansas City Chiefs. They had tasted that power before. Yeah. They had come back from 11 after halftime against the Kansas City Chiefs and won 4 weeks earlier. And so when you watch this team, they looked confident. They played confident. They were the team that had more belief that they would finish it off than the Kansas City Chiefs. And I just absolutely couldn't believe that. So we can say whatever we want about the Kansas City Chiefs not playing well, but let's give some credit to the Cincinnati Bengals and what they've been doing to teams in the second half defensively, because on the back end they were great, and on the front they got after that keister.
Yeah, and credit to the defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo for making that adjustment at halftime. Look, all season long we were saying too high was the killer. Turns out rushing 3, dropping 8, but reality it comes down to the execution of the players. Because that 3-man rush, while they didn't bring Mahomes down, they were able to contain him. They usually had a spy. At one point, it was Sam Hubbard dropping back and keeping eyes on him. And then behind him, as Ryan talked about, the man coverage was exceptional. But that said, Patrick Mahomes had rush lanes. He had opportunities. He talked about passing up on some checkdowns. And I think when we look back on this game, you have to give a ton of credit to the Bengals, the defensive game plan, the execution. But you also have to look at all the opportunities.
Big OG showed up.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.